This is Bruce Walker, and this is my long-term review of the 2017 Honda Africa Twin. This is my Africa Twin. It's a DCT model. I bought it new in 2017 because I like the red, white, and blue. It has about 25,000 miles on it. I've ridden it all over the country. I've ridden it from Big Bend all the way up to Alaska and out to the Smoky Mountains, up to Ohio and Kentucky and just all kinds of beautiful areas. Haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. Have had a couple of batteries and just normal stuff, but have really enjoyed it. I was telling my wife the other day that I don't have that much in accessories on this honey, and then I started counting it up, and it's over $4,000 in accessories on this. So I want to start by just kind of going over some of the accessories that I've purchased over the years. Bigger windshield with a bracket that allows you to raise it up or lower it down. I've never lowered it. I've always had it up. It also has a windshield brace that kind of allows this to be nice and stiff and protects all this Honda bracketry that may break. I'll put the Alt-Rider crash protection on the side and an Alt-Rider skid plate. It's huge, and that's done a really good job. I put a Camel kickstand on it. The OEM kickstand was kind of I get on this bike by standing on the passenger or on that left peg there, so it's like a stirrup, so it takes kind of a beating. I put these aftermarket fog lamps on here. This one is a pencil beam. This one is a fog or a flood. That allows me to see along the side of the road, and this gives me distance. I've really felt like that's been a good addition to help just make me known even during the day. I put a higher fender kit. It's not the super high fender kit, but I put a high fender kit on it. Moving around over here, these are the best crash protection you can have, I believe. It literally, you thread the inside of your handlebar and put a bolt in it, or put an insert in it, and you're able to bolt it on there, so it's not going anywhere. And I also like the fact that this is not bolted straight to the handlebar. It allows other things to happen right here, and it just seems like everything gets really busy on your handlebar whenever you have everything bolted to it. So have these double take mirrors, couple of accessory mounts. Put a Scott steering dampener and a riser on it that allows me to stand up and ride. I really like that. I'll put this little gizmo on there. It's okay. It's not nothing fancy. I'll put these pivot pegs on it, which bend forward and back, so that's kind of nice whenever you're standing up. And I put this brace on it. They said that this could potentially break. Camel did, and I was like, for $100, I'll try it. I probably wouldn't do that again. It was just kind of okay. I always have a tow strap on it in case somebody runs out of gas or whatever, thanks to my good buddy Bill Dragoo. Seat concept seat. It has the back seat and the front. This gives you a little cushier ride. I'm a big fan of the soft luggage. There's a bunch of different ones out there. I happen to have the Giant Loop. It has little pods that you put inside of it. It works great. It allows you to it to be weatherproof, reasonably safe, and it doesn't stick out too much. The most interesting feature that I have probably is this auxiliary tank. This is another 1.5 gallons or so, maybe a little more. This is plumbed up to the vent of my regular tank, and then whenever I Just do that, and then that's how you get in. And then this is through the vent, so it forms a suction from this tank up to here, so you never have to transfer anything. It just automatically does it. Just kind of give you a little once over here. So things that I would do again. Oh, so one other thing. Sorry, heated grips, factory heated grips. They do a great job. The Oxford ones probably do a good job too. The factory ones are very sufficient. So yeah, that's the other thing. And then I just have this little factory switch here that allows me to turn the fog lamps on and off. And again, I ride with them on all the time. So things about the Africa Twin that I loved. I think it's a very cool looking bike. It's been very reliable. It will go as fast as you dare. When we were going through Canada, we would stand on the throttle and drive 100 miles an hour for as long as we wanted, and then 15 minutes later there would be a car. I mean, it's just very open, desolate. It's rocks and trees and trees and rocks and rocks and trees and water. So it will do that all day long. I love the DCT. Not sure that I would go back. I've got some regular motorcycles that have a gear shift. I do miss blipping the throttle a little bit. I have never felt like I needed more motorcycle. I might need a more comfortable motorcycle. This one's comfortable for 600 miles, but after that it gets a little much. So really, it's my street bike that looks cool. So things that I didn't like about it. There wasn't really just a whole lot that I don't like about it. Yeah, I mean, it's a little heavy, but you know, any motorcycle that you get in a bad situation is a little heavy. Truthfully, I wish I had a little bit better wind protection. I feel like I get pounded by the wind a little bit. I'm just being real picky about that. Other than that, I'm just not sure that I have anything really negative to say about it. The oil change is very easy. You gotta take the skid plate off. There's your little oil filter right there. If I'm being a little picky, the battery is a little to get to. So you got to take this contraption off, and the battery's behind there. So again, not a crazy big deal. It's not something I'm doing all the time, but if I'm really hound dogging this bike, I would say that. Is it better than any other bike out there? Probably not. My wife doesn't like riding on the back of it. She didn't like riding on the back of any bike. So it's not really a passenger thing for me. I think I'm ready to do something different for a while. I always say anytime I buy a motorcycle, it's not the last motorcycle I'm ever going to buy. It's just the next motorcycle that I'm buying. So this one's probably going to hopefully find a new home sometime soon. Have it listed right now, but if it doesn't, I'll keep riding it. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the bottom. I'm not the world's most renowned expert on here, but that's been my experience. 25,000 miles. I'll tell you one other thing, and then I'll let you go here. There are two other things. The steering dampener is just for peace of mind. I've never had an incident. I've had friends that have. And so I upgraded that, and I wanted to make the bars higher anyway. So there's that. As far as all the modes go, I write it in the same mode every time that I take the traction control off. So I'm not, I just, 27 ride modes is just not really that big a deal for me. It's super easy to thumb through. It won't show you right now because it's not on. So let's just start it here. So there's the little ride modes. You can flip through those Actually, it won't even let me do it because the kickstand's down. But yeah, I usually just turn the traction control off like that. But yeah, I ride in it the same mode almost all the time. I've never really fiddled with that just a whole lot. So yeah, great bike. Honda did a great job on this. They took their time and they spent a lot of time researching everything, and I think they did good. I think they could do better with their skid plates from the factory. It just ends up costing a lot to kind of get it going with the skid plate and a better seat and better hand guards. I mean, that's kind of what every motorcycle rider does. As part of the fun of it is making it their own, but it just ends up costing a lot. And everywhere you look is another $100. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you later.